Hey there, happy Friday. I'm meteorologist Ben Peine, TGIF, and we're tracking some rain this morning. So we got that to talk about for today. Half and half weekend. Saturday's your pick day to be outside, and then Sunday, crashing temperatures, windy, wicked wind chills, 20s Sunday night, Monday night, wind chills in the teens. So a lot to talk about with that 2 to 3 day cold snap that we've got going on with a little visit from Old Man Winter here very soon. Thanks, by the way, if you're watching the replay. Thanks for dropping in the comments, letting us know where you're watching from. And thanks for watching on Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media on YouTube, or my page, Meteorologist Ben Peine, or extolmag.com/weather. I think today, we'll basically the flow of the program will be checking in and doing some tours of the radar. You can see here on our extolmag.com/weather the interactive radar map here showing this line of showers. These little downpours are moving off to the east-northeast at around 35 to 40 miles per hour. And there are some little embedded lightning strikes as well every once in a while. Saw a couple of lightning strikes. There's not much with it overall. But there you can see we got the showers now moving into New Albany right now. And we can not only see that with the radar, we can see it with our own eyes out here. So we're starting to see the roads become a little bit damper with the low clouds. And a live view here out of our Extol Media Studios in Uptown New Albany here at the corner of Vincent's and Market. So a little bit of a gloomy start, but that's what you get when you're dealing with some rain. And we've been pretty dry for a while here. Of course, it was last week when we had several days of rainfall. You can plot the temperatures here too. We can both meteorologists at the same time if you're here at extolmag.com/weather. You can see, again, just one or two lightning strikes in this fairly thin line of showers that we're tracking across the area. And we can take another live look outside here at the waterfront here, there at Ashland Park and the Falls of the Ohio with, again, the rain starting to slide into the Louisville metro area. Starting to see a few of those raindrops popping up on the camera lens, and you can find this camera live anytime you want at fallsoftheohio.org, the Falls of the Ohio camera right there. And popping up as well, the live radar sweep here as we, again, do a little tour of the rain that we have across the area here at 10:02 on this November the 7th. November rain is what we're tracking here as we zoom in a little bit closer. So a couple decent pockets. I think overall we'll probably see about a quarter inch of rainfall for most spots. But that rain starting to move into Sellersburg right now, and then up to the north, starting to see that rain towards Henryville. And also through the Borden Valley, there's Highway 60. There's Grant Line Road 111, up through Starlight, up the hill, getting in some of that rainfall. Galena, Georgetown, Lanesville, that light but steady rain now over downtown Louisville and south through U of L, up I-71. Zooming out a little bit farther, you've got a decent pocket of rain in Trimble County there in Bedford, Kentucky, and moving towards Campbellsburg. And then we've got the rain as well up around Madison, Indiana, and Hanover. But you've got some breaks in between as well, some rain surrounding North Vernon, Indiana. And then you've got some rain over here in Lawrence County, just southeast of Bedford. And a decent pocket there near Paoli as well. There's a little bit of purple in there, which would typically indicate maybe some small hail. I think it would be a very small chance of that. But then you got the line here that stretches through Harrison County into Corydon, Brandenburg, western Meade County, crossing the river at the Horseshoe Bend area, and moving into Breckenridge County, Kentucky. Still waiting on that rain in other areas there. And, if we see some strong thunderstorms today, it looks like the best chance of that is going to be in this region right here. So that's east of I-65 and south of the Bluegrass Parkway. Small chance of a couple of stronger thunderstorms in that area later this afternoon and into the evening time. So might be something to watch later today. And as we bring up the Storm Prediction Center map as well, the day one severe weather outlook for today. Not worried about severe weather in southern Indiana. We are not under a risk of severe weather in Indiana. Kentucky under level 1 and 2. And then notice the yellow area, that's a slight risk of severe weather Again, that's south of the Bluegrass Parkway, east of I-65. That includes parts of Hart, Greene, Taylor, Southern Marion, and Adair counties in Kentucky. So kind of still a low threat that there might be a couple thunderstorms that pack some strong winds. There are going to be some gusty winds out there, even without the rain. Some wind gusts around maybe 20 or 30 miles per hour. So kind of a blustery day today. Otherwise, as well, it is going to be mild. We're going to see our temperatures here today topping out in the mid 60s. So feeling good out there. It'll be nice and quiet in the 60s tomorrow as well. And then Sunday, we're going to be looking at dropping temperatures. As the old, what was it? Old commercial. Sunday. You can buy the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. Well, like monster truck commercials back in the day. All right. So we're going to keep an eye on the radar. We'll do some tours off and on here of the radar. We got your forecast. We got some weather jokes. We got your weather history. We've got the weather model data. We're going to look at the cold snap, the winter-like weather, maybe some flurries late Sunday and into Monday. So we've got plenty to talk about here on a Friday. So TGIF, if you're just popping in, good Friday morning. And we've got, wow, look at this. John Fox, the first one to pop in this morning. Good morning, sir. Orlean Whitlow with 51 degrees, 60 now. Happy Friday to you. Dolly Mitchell, thanks for watching from the Indiana side of the river. Christian Walker up even farther north, up in Carmel, Indiana. Brenda Collins got the live weather report there out of Hanover. Got some rain there. Just saw that on the radar as well. And it looks like here, Christian, I'll pop up the radar there for you. Do I have any rain heading your way? So right now up in Indy, it looks like it's flying just north of you. There's Carmel. And you might get a sprinkle or two, but it doesn't look like you're going to get much out of this. And we've got a happy drizzly morning for Dennis Gregory. Got the 7 a.m. walk-in before the rain. Very nice. My daughter had to go to class in IU real early this morning and dodged the rain as well. Perry Porter, good morning. Stopped at Bennettsville to get the coffee and started pouring down hard. I believe it. I can see the rain there in Bennettsville right now. Mike Sievert, good morning from Cleveland, Ohio. Good morning. And Lillian Lazio is 62 degrees. And Mike Sievert says they're getting their first snow of the season up here Monday in Cleveland. And hey, we might get our first snow as well. So we got to talk about that. Barely raining now in Corydon there for Carol Payne. And it looks in Orlean, yeah, it looks like Hodgenville just north of that yellow. So that is good as far as that severe weather chance. All right, let's bring up the headlines here for today. So we'll have these showers through about midday or so. And then I'd say by mid-afternoon, most are going to be drying out. That rain will linger longer for areas east of I-65 and south of the Bluegrass Parkway, south of I-64 in Kentucky. So a drier afternoon. Jackie Gordon with a little drizzle there in Sellersburg, but already stopped. Have a great day. You might get a little bit more. Well, in fact, let's bring that back up for, whoa, that's a super zoom for Sellersburg. So yeah, you might get a little bit more rain out of this, but a lot of areas are just going to see, a quarter inch or less. So not a big rainmaker with this overall. Okay, weather headlines. Wicked wind chills Sunday and Sunday night, and then a chance of flurries as well Sunday evening and into Monday morning. Our play ball forecast today, some light rain showers out there, some moderate pockets here and there, mild temperatures well into the 60s, and a southwest wind at around 10 to 20, maybe have some briefly heavier gusts. Beverly Haggis, pop it in the comments. Beverly Haggis is in the house this morning. They're from Borden, Indiana, so thanks for popping in there. And so, again, we're gonna be in and out of the radar, giving you that tour here every once in a while. And I'm going to get back to a reminder. You can always get your Southern Indiana and beyond weather resources here at xtolmag.com/weather. We got the live show up. Here's the current conditions, 61 degrees now. And you can also look at the daily weather. I mean, you got humidity, you got moonrise, moonset, all different kinds of things. Wind gusts 21 miles per hour. A daily weather. So you've got the forecast here, and then you've got your hourly forecast as well. I posted the 7-day forecast. I posted the new weather story. You got your weather maps. Here's the day one severe weather risks that we just showed you a second ago. And again, the interactive radar, which had a lightning strike or two, but not much. But you can plot the temps, you can plot the winds, you can plot storm tracks too. So you can click on the actual, cell here, and it will tell you the motion that it's going, where it's heading, that kind of thing. So there is an example of a storm track moving to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. And it also shows all the locations there that are in the way of that storm too. There is the live Falls of the Ohio camera showing the low clouds and the gloomy conditions across the area. I mean, peak fall foliage right now across the region. Here's the Brown County in camera. Looks like some folks taking a stroll up there. And to tease what we'll talk about in a second, this is the European weather model. It has been super consistent with late Sunday, early Monday snow chances there. That is Pivotal Weather, and you can go there anytime and get those free weather models. Jim has got some sprinkles there in Georgetown. Thank you for that report there. Christian, the week is going good and ready for the weekend. I'll be up your way, up in Pendleton, Indiana, not far from Carmel. Tomorrow, for my dad's birthday, we're going to be chopping some wood up your way around the Indianapolis area. Hey, I want to thank our partners, and then we'll dig into the forecast here. Alliance Roofing. So if you got any leaks as we get these windy rain systems moving through this time of the year, if you want to get it checked out, of course, the weather and roofing goes hand in hand. Protecting your most valuable asset for a lifetime. You get the free estimate here at lionsroofingco.com, and you can get covered on both sides of the river. Great family-owned company right in Memphis, Indiana, 812-294-3595. If you go to their Lions Roofing Facebook page, you can see a lot of their examples with drone footage, too, if you want to check that out. If you want to level up your career, start your career, or get your college career started early in high school, you can do that here with Ivy Tech Community College, a huge resource here, an institution in Southern Indiana, powering the workforce here in Southern Indiana. You can go to ivytech.edu, click on the Sellersburg location, and boom, you're right there. You can see all the different programs that they have offered. Click on entrepreneurship, launch your business with us. You can see what you're going to learn with all the different programs that they have to offer there. And they've got sessions throughout the year, making it easy to register, and they can have career and financial counseling right on hand for free for you. Patty Brown, thanks for watching this morning. Thanks for dropping in the comments. And American Family Insurance here, specifically Michael Long. That's my insurance agent. I want to recommend him to you. If you want to get a quote, they've had reductions in their auto renewal prices. You don't hear that very often. So 812-578-3072. You can go to amfam.com and then go to Michael Long's page right there. Our friends at Libs Paving, they don't like rain very much, but we've had a decent amount of dry time for them this autumn season. A top asphalt paving contractor around. Just talking about opportunities here in Southern Indiana. They may still have an opportunity for you. You can go to their career section, or maybe a family member or friend, and apply there online. Again, we are tracking that rain this morning across the area. Always fun to have some rain to talk about. And Christian still got the leaves falling here. Yes, indeed. They're going to be falling like crazy here over the next week, especially when we get that hard freeze Sunday night and Monday night. I think that's really going to do some damage to the leaves. And if we can get a windy day after that, then the leaves are really going to be dropping. That's my leaf dropping forecast. All right. Hey, if you want to partner up with us, we can be your advertising marketing solution for Southern Indiana and beyond. Learn more about Extol Weather, Extol Media, right here out of New Albany, Indiana, serving Kentucky and Indiana. Ben at extolmag.com or Jason at extolmag.com. And again, as we dig into the weather details here, midday showers, drier, I'd say by mid-afternoon for most. Wicked wind chills here through for Sunday and Monday. Not only the cold blast, but we get the winds. So talking teen wind chills Sunday night, and a chance of flurries. Going to have to fire up the wood stove for the first time this season. So 60. So other than the showers that we have passing through here through about early afternoon, we're looking at nice mild temperatures in the 60s and a bit breezy. That southwest wind at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. So we've got your countdown here, and we're gonna introduce Big Happy and taking a sip of that coffee. So cheers. All right. So 4 days to average highs in the 50s. We've had a head start with that. Average first flurries in 8 days. Decent chance ahead of that Sunday night. Thanksgiving in 20 days is coming quick, and Christmas in 48 days. Our weather history and then the weather jokes And then we'll get into the weather model data and look at today's rain again, and then we'll look at the winter, the return of Old Man Winter here in just a second. 1940, I think we've all seen this video. The infamous Tacoma Narrows Bridge in Tacoma, Washington collapsed in strong winds just 4 months after it opened. The winds caused the spans of the bridge to vibrate violently, twisting motion, causing the roadbed to tilt 45 degrees from horizontal one way and then the other until it finally collapsed. Not a good design there. 1957, strong tornadoes swept through the southeastern corner of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi. EF4 struck Orange, Texas. 180 homes were destroyed. I'm not going to read the rest of that because that's just sad. 2001, Typhoon Lingling struck the southern Philippines, killing 171 people, 118 missing. And the typhoon struck Vietnam 5 days later, killing more people. 2012, a nor'easter brought several inches of snow to the northeast, snow amounts of 2 to 6 inches with some higher local amounts. In 2013, Super Typhoon Haiyan made history as one of the largest, strongest typhoons ever recorded. Your stupid jokes of the day. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. What did the left eye say to the right eye? Something smells between us. Something between us smells. Maybe the nose. What did one volcano say to the other? I lava you. That's a groaner. What do you call a dog that does magic tricks? I'm going to see if I can get this right the first time. Labracadabrador. All right. They're free. Those are your stupid jokes of the day. All right, our Friday forecast, again, some showers through about midday, drying out from west to east through the afternoon. Watching out for maybe a couple stronger thunderstorms, let's say southeast of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Southwest winds at around 10 to 20, and our sunset at 5:37 p.m. And tonight's forecast, clearing and cool, lows in the upper 40s. The winds will lighten up. Sun up at 7:17 tomorrow morning. Your Saturday forecast, November the 8th, my dad's birthday. Happy early birthday to my dad. Sometimes they're watching up there in the Indianapolis area. And we're looking at 58 at noon, 65 for the afternoon, a mix of clouds and sunshine. Pretty good looking Saturday. Make that your outdoor day of the weekend. If you want to get some things done outside, that is the day to do it, because Sunday is going to be a raw one. We're looking at dropping temperatures, upper 30s, 40s, feeling colder than that, probably feeling like 20s, 30s with the winds from the north at about 15 to 30 miles per hour. Might get a little light precip, maybe a little mix, maybe a few flurries, trying to mix in Sunday evening, Sunday night, and into Monday morning. The Euro has been very bullish with a chance of some snow there. Really no impact if we get some of those friendly flurries. But look at the bigger impact. Hard freeze here. Remember those hoses? Do some winterization perhaps around the house. This is going to kill off some of the bugs, the bees, the pollen. Down to 27 Sunday night, wind chills in the teens because it'll be still breezy. And just around upper 30s to around 40 degrees Monday afternoon, down to 26 Monday night. So a frigid start to our Veterans Day Tuesday, and then topping out at 48 Tuesday afternoon. And then we're back to some milder air, back to pretty normal temperatures in the upper 50s and lower 60s. And it looks mostly dry for much of next week for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Maybe that next weekend we'll have a chance of some rain returning to the area. Beverly Haggis, happy birthday to your older brother tomorrow as well. My dad will be turning a young 76 years old. Cheers to him, who's still very busy, loves to be outside this time of the year. And I think what's on the docket tomorrow is chopping some wood and other fall things tomorrow up in Indianapolis. Lillian Lasley always got my back with the funny jokes. I appreciate you. All right, let's start to dig into the weather models here, and also we'll do another tour of the live radar this morning. So let's bring it up here. We can also just take a quick live look outside as well at some of the the damp streets out there. Most of this rain's not all that heavy, and we'll add up to maybe like a quarter inch or so or less of rainfall. Orlean, thank you very much for the happy birthday to my dad. And here we go with the live radar scam. The live radar out of Fort Knox, where there's some rain there right around West Point. And you can see the actual radar is blocked to a certain point until you can get up and over there's the cone of silence, where you don't have any rain, and then where the radar beam just doesn't pick it up. And then once the radar beam gets high enough, then you can start to pick up some of that data. So there we go. We've got some Valley Station rain here, just south of 265 and around Fairdale, heading towards the Jefferson Memorial Forest. A little break over much of Metro Louisville right now. We've got a little light rain over Crestwood, near Anchorage, up into Oldham County, Goshen. We're cruising around, all around. We're doing the tour of the radar here. We've got rain up in LaGrange, up into Trimble County, around Bedford, Kentucky, and the eastern Clark County, pretty wet there around New Washington. Hanover starting to dry out. Madison, just a sprinkle or two left around there. And as we cruise, just little bits and pieces, east and west of I-65 in Indiana, just a little tiny heavier downpour between Campbellsburg and Salem, Indiana. Up Highway 60, some light rain up around Brownstown up in Jackson County. And as we look down here to the south in Harrison County, you can see some spotty showers as well around New Middletown, just east of Corden. And then over the river, you've got some heavier rain just north of Brandenburg in western Meade County, and then also into northwestern sections of Breckenridge County around Hardinsburg. And that's about all we have right now. So the rain actually may not be around a whole lot longer or a huge impact. Just 1 second here. So that is the tour of the radar. Let's bring up some weather models here. And, I think this will get out of southern Indiana pretty quickly and then linger a bit longer in Kentucky. So I think that's what we'll see when we bring up the data here. I'm going to bring up, let's bring up the the HRRR high resolution rapid refresh weather model. It initializes okay looking. So here's a look at it right here. This is at noon, 1 p.m., at 2 p.m. I think it's out of here a little sooner than that for southern Indiana, but notice that it kind of grows in Kentucky as we head into the mid-afternoon. That's why these areas down here have the potential for a few stronger thunderstorms, maybe a few severe thunderstorms with some isolated damaging wind gusts there just southeast of Elizabethtown. So that would include areas around Munfordville, Greensburg, Campbellsville, Lebanon, and Columbia, Kentucky, Danville, Kentucky. Watching out for a few stronger thunderstorms mid to late afternoon there, but notice southern Indiana is much quieter. And then let me bring up the NAM 3-kilometer weather model. I'm going to back this up to where we're at right now, around 10, 11 o'clock this morning. It's got some of the spotty showers around as well. And there's noon. Here's 1. So there might be just a leftover lone shower here or there in southern Indiana through early afternoon. This is 1 o'clock today. But as we head into the mid-afternoon, that rain lingering longer in Kentucky. And, it's keeping some showers a little bit longer than the HRRR. We'll just see how it plays out. But Indiana should be drying out, I'd say, early mid-afternoon, maybe sooner. We'll just have to kind of watch the radar trends here. But then Kentucky deals with the rain and some thunderstorms longer. This is around 7 o'clock. And then moving east of I-65 as we head into the evening time. No worries with that, Christian, with the tropical weather. Pretty much at the tail end of the tropical season here. And Lillian Lasley, thanks for the happy birthday to my dad as well. So that's the rain for today. Most areas not seeing a whole lot of rainfall. Rainfall amounts not very impressive. Trying to find a rainfall total here. Anyway, let's go to the GFS. This is some rainfall totals here. Again, on the light side, Kentucky maybe around half inch, Southern Indiana quarter inch or less. And then as we head into, let's bring back up I'm going to bring up the precipitation type. So we get this rain done with later today. Saturday's dry. We're going to look ahead to late Saturday night and into Sunday, because that's when we get that polar front to drop in over the area. And that's the next big story that we're going to talk about now. It's going to feel like January. It's going to be unpleasant on Sunday. So I'm going to jump ahead to, let's go to Saturday night with the model data here. So it's showing that front moving in, snow off to the north around Chicago, and we might have some light precipitation late Saturday night as this front moves into the region. The GFS has been the drier weather model here, not picking up very well on this potential of some light snow. Notice a little fetch, if you look closely, off of Lake Michigan. There's a chance some of that could drift all the way south into our area as we head into Sunday, late afternoon, Sunday evening. This model just shows, it's hard to see it, but the GFS has some light snow right there if you look very closely. So that is at 7 p.m. Sunday. I'll switch this over to the NAM weather model, the precipitation type as well. And notice it also is showing that light snow potential across much of the Ohio Valley here as well. I'm going to back this view up to 7 p.m. So there it shows, doesn't show up very well, but notice the white color there coming off of Lake Michigan. That would be the potential for some scattered flurries across the area. So that's at 10 p.m. and Sunday evening. We're looking at the 10th, Sunday evening. And perhaps we see some of this linger into early Monday morning as well. But areas off to the northeast, a little better chance of that. Now, the European weather model has been consistent with showing more of these light snow showers across the area. So if you're a snow lover, you want to lean more towards the European weather model. If not, the GFS is the drier one. Either way, we've got some light snow potential. Brenda Boyd, thanks for the happy birthday to my dad. Looking forward to heading up there to Indianapolis tomorrow. All right, so the snows, fun to get that first snow, but the temperatures, I think, are the big story, and the combination of temperatures and wind. That's going to bring us some wicked wind chills. So let's bring up that now. Now we're heading into, so before this happens, here's our Sunday afternoon. So it shows temperatures here in the upper 30s, low 40s. Burr. But you bring up the wind chills. Check this out. This is Sunday afternoon, upper 20s, 30s wind chills. Talking about some big coat time here for our Sunday. But it gets even worse. This is 7 a.m. Monday morning. I posted this yesterday on Facebook, but here it is again. Here's your teeny tiny wind chills in the teens. So it is going to be a hard freeze across the area for our Monday morning. And it gets cold all the way down to the Gulf Coast and the East Coast. Look at this big chill across the United States. And the reason for this cold wet, look at that Airmaster diving right from Canada there. Why would that happen? Let's check out the jet stream. It is going to be a huge anomaly, a dip in the jet stream. Look at that. Look at that trough right there. You don't see it too often, but here's the ridge out west, and then woo, there it goes. Like a roller coaster. And this just opens the door to that CAA, cold air advection. So not only cold, but it's also going to be a bit on the breezy side too. So I'm going to bring up some of the wind gusts here across the area. So Christian's commenting about that. What about the wind gusts? Hey, we're right on it right here for you. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Let me get rid of that little drawing there. And actually, I want to go back here to Sunday afternoon because that's part of the story too. Here's our wind gusts heading our way Sunday. So you're looking at some 20, 30 mile per hour wind gusts. But again, it's cold. When you add on a 20 plus mile per hour wind, when it's that cold, it just makes it feel colder. It's going to be pretty raw here for us. This is Monday morning wind gusts with those temperatures in the 20s, feeling like the teens. So, I mean, these aren't crazy strong winds, but again, it'll make that cold air rip right through you if you're not bundled up for it. And then heading into our Monday afternoon, still a bit breezy around the area, but the strongest winds are starting to move off to the northeast. So it's going to feel rather chilly Monday afternoon, upper 30s to around 40 degrees for the high temperature. Going back to the air temperature here for Monday afternoon, showing upper 30s to around 40 degrees for the high temperatures Monday afternoon. Now, Monday night, very cold. So this is going into our Tuesday morning wake-up temperatures for Veterans Day. We're down to the 20s. Very, very cold there. But as we go into our Wednesday, what do we see? The ridge out to the west starting to build back to the east. And so this will just be a short 3-day cold spell with temperatures climbing back to around 60 degrees by Wednesday. And we'll stay on the milder side. I'm going to jump ahead to, was it Friday the 14th here? As this milder weather pattern should linger across the area. We're kind of right on the edge of warm air out west and the cooler air up to the north. Looks like Friday. And then John Fox was asking yesterday about the rain for next weekend going into the 15th and 16th. So we're going out a little bit on a limb here. So here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Ben on. A little bit of a coffee break too. Okay, so this is not this weekend. This is the following weekend. We're going into Saturday, the 15th. Shows a little bit of a rain chance here. All right, and then bringing up the air temperatures. Showing mild air in place. So it shows 60s for now. For next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. And then I'm going to go into Sunday. And we're right on the edge. Again, warmer west and cooler northeast. What this says to me, this ridge is kind of staying in place out here. And there's just a little bit of a trough right there. Sometimes when we're on the edge of warm and cool, it can create systems like to travel on that boundary. So sometimes a stationary front, if that sets up, sometimes we can get some decent rain chances if we're right there at that gradient. So this is, so there might be a rain chance the following weekend. I don't see any crazy storm systems anytime soon. I'm just pushing this weather model ahead to now the 17th, going into the 18th. And we'll get back to a radar view here in just a second, another tour of the radar. I'm just looking at all kinds of stuff here. And the air temperature. Ooh, look at this. This is the 18th. Man, that happens. We're on the warm side, 60s and 70s. This is the 18th of November. So after our quick 2-3 day cold snap this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we're looking way out here. I don't see any more crazy cold snaps. In fact, maybe some warm spells. So this is the 19th. 300 hours out with the GFS weather model. This is going into the 20th. Still 60s and 70s. And then going into, let's just push this guy out to the 21st. A couple weekends from now, I guess. Maybe a little cooler weather by then. But what this tells me, we might end up with an overall mild November after this cold spell. And I don't know if you remember, I had Brian Newdorf, National Weather Service meteorologist, on a couple weeks ago, and he talked about when they looked back at past warm Octobers, nice Octobers, there was a cold December. So in the middle, who knows what November is going to do? But maybe the flip will switch. And a lot of times the weather is the law of averages. And eventually, if that cold air keeps being bottled up to the north, eventually it wins out. There's some really cold air up there. I mean, Siberia. Let's go to Siberia, guys. They're always really freaking cold. Look at that. Negative teens. But you get the old polar vortex to drop a little south. It can unlock some of that cold weather. So that's Siberia. There's Alaska, really cold as well. And then Canada, not as extreme as far as the cold. But eventually you can get that colder air to dislodge, win out. Will it happen in December? Will it happen in January? Eventually we'll probably see that happen. But when exactly, we don't know at this point in time. So that's looking way out there here, guys. That has been on a limb. We're going to have to put some pants on that guy because we're not in the summer season anymore. All right. So now this is the live radar again. We'll do a tour of the live radar before we wrap things up. Lillian's got the sun shining in Grayson County there and the wind blowing. And we'll do a tour of the radar. We'll do the forecast recap, and then we'll get moving along here on a Friday and let you enjoy your crazy weekend. Nice Saturday, but crazy cold Sunday. So southern Indiana, drying out in many locations here. And now the rain is kind of hugging along and just south of the Ohio River right now. As we look up here to Carrollton, Kentucky, Bedford, up I-71, you got scattered showers. Oldham County, some rain. Your Crestwood, Kentucky, J-Town, Fisherville, right there between PRP and Valley Station down Dixie Highway. You've got rain, some spotty showers around downtown New Albany, Indiana. We've got some of that rain coming down right now, and we can see it on the radar. We can see it with our eyes as the streets are getting wetter here in uptown New Albany as we look live here with the low clouds and some of the gloomy conditions out here right now. And back to the radar we go as we cruise off to the southwest. Pretty good pocket of rain there in Harrison County over Elizabeth, and that crosses the river into Valley Station. And then west of West Point, Brandenburg getting in some good rain around Ekron as well. Irvington, so central Meade County, and dropping into parts of Breckenridge County. We've got some decent showers coming down. And then western Grayson County, you guys are having some showers move your direction there. So Lillian there in Grayson County, it might not be too long before you start to see some of that rain heading your direction. Still waiting on the rain for many areas east of I-65 in Kentucky. But there is the overall trend of it right now. All right, I'm going to reload the forecast here for you guys. And no, we'll be clearing out tonight, Christian. Clearing sky. Steve Gibbons confirming on that rain there in Brandenburg. Thank you, Perry, very much. All right, we'll get rid of that radar. We'll bring up the forecast. For those of you popping on a little bit later that may have missed it, we got some of these showers through about midday here, drier through the afternoon. However, if you're in Kentucky, this is going to linger longer east of I-65. You might have a few of these stronger thunderstorms develop just southeast of Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Wicked wind chills on Sunday. Looking at wind chills maybe in the 20s Sunday afternoon into the teens Sunday night, and some hard freezes for Sunday night and Monday nights. And a chance for some flurries late Sunday too. Today, though, other than these showers that have been passing through, we're looking at temperatures in the 60s and a bit breezy out there. Some of wind gusts today around 20 to 25 miles per hour. We did the countdown earlier, average highs in the 50s in 4 days. Of course, we get a head start on that. Average first flurries in 8 days. We may beat that late Sunday. Thanksgiving in just 20 days, 3 weeks away. Christmas in 48 days. We had a lot of weather history here. I'll post this on my Facebook page at noon if you want to see that, or you can just check the replay here in just a little bit. We talked more about that a second ago. The weather jokes. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. I think I've heard that one before. What did the left eye say to the right eye? Something between us smells. What did the one volcano say to the other? I lava you. What do you call a dog that does magic tricks? Labracadabrador. I'm just happy I could say that. Your Friday, 67 degrees today. Again, we got the showers passing through and then drier this afternoon. Southwest winds at around 10 to 20 miles per hour. Our low tonight, 48 degrees. Clearing and cool. Sunrise at 7:17 tomorrow. Saturday, 48 degrees out the door if you're up early. 58 at noon, 65. So nice mild afternoon for tomorrow. The winds won't be too strong either from the south at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then as we go into our 7-day forecast, crashing temperatures from Saturday to Sunday, more than a 20-degree temperature drop. It'll probably feel 30 degrees colder from Saturday to Sunday. And then again, down to 27 Sunday night. Might get a little bit of a wintry mix late Sunday into early Monday, maybe a couple flurries out there with those temperatures in the 20s out the door Monday morning, upper 30s to around 40 Monday afternoon, and down to 26 Monday night. So remember some winterization, perhaps unhooking those hoses, which I need to try to remember to do. And after a frigid start, 48 for our Veterans Day afternoon. And then we're back to some milder air around 60 or so Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And that could begin a pattern of some milder temperatures as well that last for a while. All right, we're getting back. There's the rain moving through the area right now. Not much left in southern Indiana here as we're at 10:41. You've got some scattered showers around Metro Louisville at this time. And let me bring up some other things that we can look at. It's a beautiful camera view right here. The Falls of the Ohio Foundation.org camera. Look at the Louisville skyline here. And it looks like some raindrops as well. Okay, also, some free weather resources anytime you want. We've got our live stream up here at extolmag.com/weather. You got your current conditions, 61 degrees, got a wind gust around 21 miles per hour. Get your moon phases, moon rise, moon set, visibility, all kinds of stuff. You got your daily weather forecast. All right. And then you've got your hourly forecast, 7-day forecast, the weather story that I posted, your day 1, day 2 severe weather risk. So this has a severe weather risk, slight risk, basically east of I-65, south of the Bluegrass Parkway from the Storm Prediction Center. Low tornado threats and a slight chance of some isolated damaging winds. Get your current weather and traffic conditions here with 511in.org. Looks like some heavy traffic on 64 right there. It's northwest of downtown. But there's a lot of cameras here you can click on and check out as well. It takes a second for them to load up sometimes, but I'm going to take a sip. There we go. At 10:43 here this morning. Again, some wet roads out there. For you guys in Kentucky, you'll probably want to keep the umbrella for a little longer in the afternoon, but drying out sooner in southern Indiana. And then as we cruise on down, there's the interactive radar. Not seeing many lightning strikes here. But there's our little strip of showers that have been moving through. And there's other variables here that you can play around with, by the way. There you can see a few of those lightning strikes that we've had. There's the winds you can plot, temperatures you can plot. There are storm reports, if there are any. There are none. Storm tracks that you can look at here. Shows the motion of the storms. Some of them have been moving pretty quickly. So this storm track has a shower moving northeast around 50, anywhere from around 35 to 50 miles per hour. Some of these showers are moving through pretty quickly. and some other variables you can plop on as well. If there's any alerts across the entire United States, you can check those out. So very cool there. Lillian, you have an awesome weekend as well. Christian, you have a great weekend too. Thanks for dropping in here and talking to us. And I want to thank our partners too before we leave. Lions Roofing, lionsroofingco.com, protecting your most valuable asset for a lifetime. We get into the busier weather season, late fall, winter. You want to make sure there's nothing leaking, no bad shingles. You can get free estimates here at their website, lionsroofingco.com. They've got you covered on both sides of the river, 812-294-3595. They've personally helped my family with my mom's damaged roof. Personally helped my family here with my daughter's 40-something college credits before she went to IU from Ivy Tech Community College, Sellersburg campus. And you can click on, there's 42 different programs and counting. Gives you average salaries of the career options, the types of degrees offered for each different two-year certification right there. Programs for high schoolers, attend two colleges at once, ways to save money, way to pay for it, veterans benefits, so many ways to help you get going in your career. Also want to thank Michael Long here. I've had a reduction in my auto insurance bill because they've had the auto renewal price reductions at American Family Insurance. AmFam.com, search Michael Long. You'll head to his page. That's my insurance agent right there. Proud to be an American Star certified agency. Excellence in customer experience. I think it's been probably 10 years he's been my insurance agent. And we've certainly had car accidents, roof damage, and he's helped us every step of the way. So I want to recommend you to him. Let him know that I sent you. 812-578-3072. I've been talking to these guys today because they want the rain out of here. Libs Paving. They are the top asphalt paving contractor around the region out of Floyd's Knobs, Indiana. And they've got a career section. If you want an opportunity, they might still have an opportunity for you. You can apply there online. So again, thanks maybe you're watching from extolmag.com/weather. There's our live page. Thanks for liking or subscribing there. Or on YouTube, Extol Weather, or Meteorologist Ben Peine on Facebook, and also Extol Media, EXTOL Media on YouTube. All right, that is going to do it for a Friday. Happy Friday, guys. Again, the Christian was asking about my weekend. I'm going to be jumping up to Indianapolis tomorrow, spend the day with my dad and his birthday and family. We'll be popping back down Saturday night. We'll have some time with my daughter before she heads back to IU. Be a busy weekend. Looking forward to it. I hope you guys have a good one as well, and get ready to pull out those warm clothes and those coats, extra blankets. We're going to get a taste of winter on Sunday. All right, we will see you Monday morning as the fur continues to grow with No Shave November here. Movember, I think is what it's called. And we'll have we'll update on how the beard is doing on this show right here, 9 a.m. Monday. It's Extol.
I'm Angie Fenton, and this is meteorologist Ben Peine. Start your week with Extol Unfiltered, caffeinated by NWSB.
Every Monday at 9 a.m. on Extol Media Socials and My Socials.
And My Socials, too. Join the conversation.
And before I say goodbye, here's a way to connect anytime you want. If you want an advertising marketing solution, want to see your logos on our content, so we're reaching over 1 million people over the last 28 days on my page, and that goes to a lot more on the full power of Extol Media. Here, based out of New Albany, Indiana, but we cover Kentucky and Indiana, as you just saw on the show. And if you ever want to reach out and learn about some of our solutions, Ben at extolmag.com or Jason at extolmag.com. All right. You guys have a good one. Christian's ready for Christmas and New Year's, and 2026 right around the corner. This year has been flying by. And we're going to leave it with Orlean Whitlow here from Hodgenville. Have a great weekend. Keep warm on Sunday. Will do, and we'll see you Monday morning.